G'day cocktail lovers, this is called a white monkey. Not altogether sure why, I thought I would try it. The recipe I found said to use milk and I kept it in my notebook, but for ages I was thinking, I'm not sure I want to put milk in a cocktail. But then, given the time of year, and I've still got eggnog. This is actually aged eggnog. If I'm going to tell the truth, since last Christmas I've had eggnog all year round because I'm always aging it. This was actually aged from December 2023. As soon as you say aging eggnog, people can freak out a bit because it has milk and eggs and cream. And doesn't that go off? Not if you've got a sufficient alcohol content in there. People have known that for centuries. And also with the benefit of fridges these days, that guards, particularly in Australian weather, there's no way I would keep it anywhere but a fridge. But I'm not shy about keeping it for, up to a year. But certainly I think it's better at least after a couple of weeks. Incidentally, if you're interested in exploring the idea of aged eggnog, I did make videos on it last year, but the short version is look up Alton Brown's aged eggnog recipe. That's what I use as a base. I tend to freeform and change it around a little bit, but his base recipe is a really good starting point. And that's what's in here, along with a quite interesting array of ingredients. Before I go through them in full, I am just going to have a taste because I'm quite intrigued. Oh, this is not your typical sort of creamy desserty drink. Well, it's got some nice fresh zestiness. It's essentially a sour cocktail with some creamy element, in my case eggnog, and it's come together very well. I'll just show you the key ingredients. This is a comparatively low alcohol cocktail. It's got a split in the base between Pisco and dry vermouth. Now, Pisco is a great brandy. It comes from Peru, but you might get some fights with Chileans saying that, but Peruvians have a pretty strong case for the invention of Pisco. If you really want to fight, point out this was actually made in Australia. Some South Americans living in Australia teaming up with Australian distillers and recreating the taste they remember of Pisco. So I better not tell my Peruvian accountant that I'm drinking an Australian thing pretending it's Pisco. He'd be most upset, but it's equal parts of Pisco and dry vermouth in the base, and then I've added the eggnog and it's sweetened with orgeat, and as I said, it's a sour. It's got lemon juice in it. So it's a very interesting hybrid, mutant cousin, creamy Pisco Sour, but it has come together really nicely, and I'll show you how to make it. In a shaker, put 1 ounce or 30 mils of Pisco and add to that 1 ounce or 30 mils of dry vermouth. Then I'm putting in 1 ounce or 30 mils of the aged eggnog, 10 mils, around 1/3 of an ounce of orgeat, and 15 mils, half an ounce of lemon juice. Rounding things out, 2 dashes of orange bitters. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for at least 15 seconds so the milky or creamy element is fully integrated, and then I'm straining that into a chilled coupe. If I'd planned a bit further ahead, I would have got some fresh nutmeg. This would probably be quite good with some fresh nutmeg grated over the top. I didn't have it, but that's my suggestion for you. Go with some nutmeg on top. And maybe even some cinnamon sugar if you can't get a hold of nutmeg. But this is nice. This has got some bracing sort of sour from the lemon juice, and the other flavors are all coming together in an interesting way. So it's like a creamy desserty cocktail with a difference. Definitely worth trying out. The white monkey. Why does every time I say that it sounds vaguely racist to me? And it isn't really, but it's troubling me a little. But I'll just let that go, and I'm going to sit down and enjoy this, and I hope you're enjoying yourself wherever you are. I do hope to see you again sometime soon. Until I do, I will say cheers.